Peaceful demonstrations, or are we living by the world's wisdom? Let's talk about that today in your morning cup of inspiration. As I continue to turn on the news, I continue to see peaceful demonstrations followed by late night looting and fires being set still, and it's still very disturbing to me. And recently we were talking about the rapture of the church, even. It's how it's still going to happen, and how God is going to take us out of here when things are really getting bad, which things seem like they're really getting bad, but that's another story. What I want to read to you, though, is James 5:7-12, which I think relates to this a lot and where we're at today. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, then hath long patience for it until he receive the early and latter rain. James is talking about gardening and farmers in those days, and how they would plant the seed and water it, and they would wait to reap the benefit out of it. Be ye also, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and tender of mercy. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay be yea, lest ye fall into condemnation. Now see, when we break that down, it's King James, so it's a little wordy in there, but as we break it down, they were living in the world's wisdom, that they can do whatever they want and they can get whatever they want, even if it hurts others. And that's what I see when I turn on the television now. I see this, that people want what they want, and they're going to do whatever it takes. And as Christians, we need to move closer to God and trust Him to provide, and let Him be the ultimate judge. See, God will lift us up out of here at His time, in His timing. And we have to acknowledge that our plans are dependent on Him. And these plans can change whenever He wants to change them at any moment and at any time. In this passage, James, he's focusing on the condemnation of the oppressors. He's changing focus from the condemnation of the oppressors back to encouraging the Christians that these oppressors are hurting, same as it would be today. See, James urges us to remain patient and strong in our faith, not to turn on each other, but to be challenged, encouraged by the examples of the Old Testament prophets, and such as Job, who suffered but remained faithful to God. So we can't control the timing of the rapture of the church and when it's going to take place, but James tells us right here too that we can control our response while we're waiting for the rapture of the church. His promise, God's promise to us, is His pledge to take us out of here, to give us the ability to stand strong, even when circumstances in the world have not changed, even from those days back in James' time to ours. So stay strong, stay faithful, keep in the Word, keep praying. God has this, and we're going to be taken out in a time, but at the same time, God has everything under control. And what's going on right now has a purpose, and it will be met. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration. God bless you, everyone.